halfling. You're a halfling. Is there a Mr. Alderleaf?
And now you found the key.
Bunions and Dragons!
Hey, welcome back to Bunions and Dragons. Today we're going to pick up our adventures in the Lost Mine of Phandelver. This is a published Wizards of the Coast module, so if you intend to play this and haven't yet, maybe go check out some of our other videos with other adventures. Consider this to be your spoiler alert. I'm going to check the notes from my Necronomicon and share this adventure with you right now. Dave, Jason, and Max were in attendance. We were missing Michaela and Blake, who were controlled by the rest of the party members. When we last left off, the party had just arrived back into Phandelver, actually for the first time. Did a bunch of exploration. Sildar is off to find information on his wizard friend Iarno, and also find out if he can get some information on the location of Cragmar's castle, where Gundren Rockseeker is believed to be held captive. The party has re-equipped, upgraded some of their weapons and armor, and they are following some leads. They're hearing increasing rumors about the problems that the Red Brand ruffians are causing within town. So far, Harbin, the townmaster, is the only one who doesn't seem to think that the Red Brands are a problem.
I'm not so sure about this Harbin. This chubby little banker type is singing a different tune than everybody else.
They had a couple good leads on some additional information, and so the party headed out first to the orchard, and there they met Darren Edermath, a retired adventurer who now tries to run an orchard there in Phandelver.
Some nice looking apples you got there, buddy.
Darren does not know anything about Cragmar Castle. He's never heard of Gundren or the other Rockseeker brothers. I believe the party may have been sent there because Darren is a retired adventurer and knows the area pretty well and may have had some additional information in that area, but simply doesn't.
And that is what we call plausible deniability.
Darren's main concerns are the Red Brands. Darren's a respected member of the Order of the Gauntlet. And whereas he's retired and not really active within the organization, he still reports the information back. DeLang, who has quite a bit of knowledge in terms of history and things of that nature, has heard of this organization and presses Darren a little bit further.
Ooh, tell me more.
The Order of the Gauntlet is a group that is interested in good, in justice. It does not like tyranny or evil. Will do what they can to squash it. That kind of fits the attitude of the party, and they take in Darren's negative comments about the Red Brands very seriously.
Druids know druids, and I think this one's being serious.
Mr. Edermath also had some concerns with a location called the Old Owl Well. He's familiar with some leftover magic in that area. Prospectors in that area report some unusual occurrences going on, and he's imploring the party when they can to go and investigate that. Perhaps Gundren's two brothers, the other Rockseeker brothers, are out camping in that area.
How far away is this Old Owl Well, anyway?
The location of the Old Owl Well is about a 2-day march northeast of Phandelver. Before they even get a chance to discuss that further, they looked up in the orchard and there's 5 Red Band ruffians that are walking through the orchard, taking apples, snapping limbs, breaking trees, and just wreaking general havoc. Darren points out to his orchard and said, "See? Those are the Red Brands. See what I mean?"
There they are now, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to have to do something about this.
Alton the Ranger steps out onto the back deck. He readies his bow, he launches his arrow, and drops one of the ruffians. The others rush towards Darren's home. The party advances, and the ruffians are handled quite handily. 85 experience points for each of the party members, and they have a new enemy. The red brands have fallen at their hand, and a major conflict is not far away.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
After those villains are dropped, Edermath stresses how important it would be that he is just not strong enough, but it'd be very important for somebody, maybe this party, to finally stand up to him and push the evil out.
Push it out, way out.
He does mention, as others have mentioned, that those guys like to do their drinking at a seedy watering hole on the east side of town at the Sleeping Giant, but he has it on pretty good authority, not only from what he's heard from the farmer boy Carp, but through other sources, that the real hideout for these folks in Glassstaff is underneath Transcendar Manor on the east side of town. The party decides to head out that way. So they stop off at the Outerleaf farm. They meet the owner, Keyline Outerleaf, who is a female halfling with her son Carp, working out in the field.
I'm a halfling. You're a halfling. Is there a Mr. Alderleaf?
Carp is very excited to meet them, especially the strange-looking bugbear and the dragonborn. He's never seen creatures like that. He wants to go adventuring. His mother says that he would be allowed to take the party to where he found the hidden cavern, a cavern that should be able to be used to sneak into the lower level of Transcendar Manor. But she tells him under no uncertain terms can he go in with the party. That's too dangerous.
You have my word. We'll watch over him. I'll watch over him like a father figure type.
Carp is disappointed in that, but he respects his mother and therefore will abide the wishes. He leads the party to the hidden opening that he had seen at Transcendar Manor, and they enter, except for Carp. He hangs back. They come from a tunnel, it's about 100 feet long, into an open cavern. There is an unusually cool breeze that seems to be flowing from the cavern past them out the tunnel that they had used. Several of the party members report hearing strange things in their head, not an audible voice, but something that they're definitely hearing. A cackling, whispers, manic phrases being uttered quickly. You killed that man. You know you did. You know you killed him. There's no more. There's no more. Things of that nature.
That was really creepy for me. It didn't sound like my voice in my head, but it knew stuff that was in my head. So, yeah, that was weird.
They're not sure where that's coming from. They think maybe it's like a fear trap or something that may have gone off. They're exploring the rest of the cavern. There are two bridges that span a crevice if you are British, and Kaelin goes across the southerly one. Unfortunately, this bridge was rigged up as a trap to collapse if any weight exceeding 50 pounds is put upon the bridge, and she falls, sustaining damage. It's about a 20-foot fall. She's lying prone at the bottom of this cavern.
So I'm looking pretty spry in my wolf form, and I'm just going across the bridge, and I hear a snap. The next thing I know, I'm falling, and everything goes.
Meet Shield and Elaine. They descend down a rope into the bottom of the crevasse to bring Kaelin back up to help her out. By the way, she is in wolf form as a shape-shifting druid. And Meat Shield, our bugbear, has designs of maybe pick her up and tossing her back up, to the main floor there.
Anyone up for a quick game of Toss the Druid?
Michiel's also looking around the northern bridge to see if it's similarly trapped and see if that is a usable bridge or not. And while inspecting the bridge, finds a cubbyhole dug into the side of the crevice there, just under the bridge, and has a rather large chest in it.
Hey, DeLang, are you a chest man? I just found one over here.
Michiel pulls that chest out of the cubbyhole and sets it on the floor. DeLang is going to use Mage Hand.
That chest must weigh more than 10 pounds, as my mage hand is ineffective. Drat.
But Meat Shield is a little bit too enthusiastic and opens it up. While this activity is going on, DeLang happens to look up over his shoulder, up to the main level, and that's when the Nothic appears. Pounces out again here in the head, "Don't take my treasure." They also find a half-eaten body down in the crevice. On the body are several woodworking tools, and based on what they heard back in Phandelver, they fear this is the body of the vendor who stood up to the Red Brands when they were harassing his wife and was killed. Apparently the Red Brands dragged his body back through here and threw it down into the crevice.
Companions, won't you give me a hand hauling this body from the bottom of the crevice up to the main level?
This is also the incident where the wife and the 2 children were reported missing that following night and have yet to be found.
Sounds like there are becoming more and more available women in Phandelver.
But our party notices this Nothic, and a battle ensues, of course. The Nothic's trying to use this rotting gaze. The party is making their saving throw, so far so good. And the party has managed to be able to dish out some pretty good damage. Keelan, however, gets thumped by the Nothic, gets dropped down to 2 hit points. Unlike her aggressive nature, she's forced to disengage and retreat for health.
Owie! Owie!
Fenry, who usually comes to the aid of Kaylin when she is wounded, steps in, takes some damage herself, but she's able to hit the Nothic with the final blow, killing it, as it's begging for mercy, as it's trying to negotiate its safety. Our female fighter NPC rams its great axe into it, killing it. So now there's some peace to be able to open up this treasure box and see what's inside. Party gets 160 silver pieces. There's 120 gold pieces in there. Additionally, they find 5 gems worth about 15 gold pieces each. They get 2 potions of healing, which they've started to use. And they find a divine scroll. It's a scroll of augury, but they don't have a cleric within their ranks, and they're not really sure what the scroll is just yet. But they know it's valuable, and they put it in their pack. The best find, however, is a longsword with the name Talon inscribed on it. On the hilt, it looks like a bird of prey with a spread wings, and it comes in a silver-chased scabbard. DeLang does a successful Arcana and History check. That was just the History check, and is able to discern that this sword Talon used to belong to one of the warriors of the Transcendar family. It once belonged to a great knight named Aldith Transcendar. He was a great warrior known as the Black Hawk. The party regroups, goes exploring off to the west side of the complex. They go down a flight of stairs. There is a door to the south and a door to the north. They're checking out the door to the south when they hear orders being barked out in Goblish.
Shh, be quiet. I hear goblin.
Meat Shield, or Bugbear, knows Goblin and hears bark like a dog, lick that floor, you look like a pig, oink for us, and other demeaning commands are being shouted out. DeLang mage hands the door, finds out that it's not locked. Meat Shield, the Bugbear, barges in for a surprise attack, landing some pretty good damage on one of the bugbears inside. Kaylin and Alton move in, and they kill the first bugbear. The little goblin, who was supposedly the target of these demeaning commands, looks up, sees the commotion, sees the party, gasps and faints and falls right on the floor. Fenry the fighter moves in, stands over the fallen goblin, and slams her great axe into the goblin, killing him instantly. We'll never find out what Droop could have done for the party, for he is dead. And Fenry says the only good goblin is a dead goblin. Kaelin jumps on another bugbear, knocking it down prone, and Meat Shield comes in with advantage and kills the fallen bugbear.
That's some teamwork! Yeah!
But that's not before Meat Shield took his own damage, falling down to 3 hit points.
Owie! Owie!
Drexel, our Dragonborn sorcerer, also takes damage. He is clobbered. Only 1 hit point left. He must disengage and back out of the room.
Ouch! Owie!
And find some safety there while the party cleans up the rest of the mess. With the bugbears vanquished and the room cleared, each party member was awarded 100 experience points. Additionally, in the room they found 33 gold pieces. I forgot to say that one of the bugbears, Mosk, was wearing an eye patch that was studded with semi-precious jewels. Meat Shield was looking at the eye patch and noticed that the fallen bugbear had both of his eyes. Couldn't see any reason why he was wearing the eye patch, and assumes it was just playing to Mosk's vanity, that he thought it was really cool looking.
Stupid bugbear and your fancy pants eye patch.
Well, it's going to look really cool in their backpacks. They think that eye patch is worth about 50 gold pieces. Additionally, they find an iron key inside Mosk's pouch, and they take that as well. They use the key to lock the room. They spent a little over an hour in there, conducting a short rest, kind of bringing their mental and physical and magical faculties back in line before they continue forward. So they go out of that room, and there is another door to the north. DeLang uses his mage hand to find out that the door is not locked. They do hear voices coming from the room, so they burst the door open. They see these Red Brand ruffians that are playing some sort of gambling games, surrounding a table with coins all over it.
It's called knuckle bones, and I used to have some pretty good luck at that, actually.
And some dice. They're obviously engrossed in the game, highly distracted, so when the party barges in, they have a successful sneak attack. The party slaughters the ruffian that had his back to the door. Meat Shield comes in, and in a critical fumble, slips and falls prone on the floor.
Why, I'm gonna attack you. Whoa, 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 whoa!
DeLang blasts the ruffians with his magic missile.
Magic missile!
Draxel moves into position and uses his Cone of Cold breath weapon to exact further damage on the ruffians. Alton's arrow finds one of the human ruffians, and he kills the third ruffian there. Just one more left. The ruffian tries to escape through the door that's a little bit further north of that room, and the rest, half the party, rushes in behind him to kill him, while DeLang and Fenry circle around the south to try and head him off at the pass if, for some reason, that ruffian was able to elude him, which he wasn't. He died. They searched the bodies. On the first ruffian, they found 75 copper pieces. On the second one, they found 55 silver pieces. On the third ruffian, he was carrying 22 copper pieces. And the fourth ruffian had a gold earring with a tiny ruby set inside of it, worth about 30 gold pieces. 65 experience points for each of the party members for that ruffian encounter. The treasure had been divided fairly equally. And this is where this session concluded. To hear more about the adventures of the Lost Mine of Phandelver, be sure to stay tuned. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you know when we have new video logs coming out with our adventures. And feel free to share this video with your Dungeons & Dragons playing friends. And until next time, adieu.